Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Nerd Central. And today we're...
So this is the show you go to each week. And who's this guy?
Look, Gabe, look, man, like I've been telling you, you're not understanding.
Oh, I think I understand perfectly fine. I mean, what's this show got that we don't have?
Wait, what's going on?
I'm sorry, Corby.
And what does this Corby guy have that I don't?
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You think you can just run off with another show and switch up with another host? Well, now I'm hosting this show.
What? Wait, well, where am I supposed to go?
Who cares? Just get lost.
All right.
Sorry, Corby. You know, I hope he's all right.
Like I said, who cares? We're the hosts now. So let's move right into the news of this show.
Take a deep breath, all right?
Fans of Godzilla can be happy to know that a new project has been announced, and it's one everyone's been waiting for. Godzilla Minus One had a sequel confirmed recently titled Godzilla Minus Zero, and it seems fans are quite in for the ride. Toho Studios is expecting a late 2026 release for the movie, as expectations for the movie are actually pretty high. So here's hoping we get more info as the year goes on.
Not gonna lie, I am so excited for that movie. I mean, the first one was phenomenal. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I mean, well, I can tell you are too. But also, speaking of being a huge fan, we get to talk about an anime I have been loving recently, and that anime is One Piece.
You always talk about this show. What's new this time?
Well, if you would let me continue, man. You learned that I was gonna be talking about how they're ending their 25-year-long streak of simulcasting.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm kind of interested.
Recently, it was announced that the hit anime would be going on a major hiatus from January to March next year, returning in April. Not only that, but they are also ending their 25-year-long streak of simulcasting, and instead doing 2 courses a year with 26 episodes in total. This decision was made as a financial choice for the anime to continue growing in the future market.
Well, that's actually kind of cool. You know, it's pretty weird that they're taking that long of a break though, but maybe I can finally catch up.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Okay. Anyways, to wrap up the news, we'll stick to the anime side and talk about a recent trailer for the new JJK compilation movie that has been released. The comp film is going to include the first 2 episodes of the new season of the anime, and we even got a nice little peek at the fight between Yuji and Yuta. Hopefully the show can come out sooner rather than later though.
And that is a wrap on the news. Hopefully you guys like them, as we have more content coming up.
Oh wait, you do pack throws now too? Okay, then Smart Guide. Who's the first pack?
Well, since we're here on Nerd Central, I think the crew has some packs in theme of our other show. So next we have Josh with Mole Movies. Take it away, man.
Hey everyone, my name is Josh Oswald and welcome to Mole Movies, where every week I watch a movie that's somewhat underappreciated, underground, or straight up forgotten about, and then I give you my thoughts on them and what I like so much about them. Don't worry, I won't be pulling any 1923 Serbian silent films told from the perspective of a sad shoelace, but we might get there eventually. So with all that out of the way, let's get talking about today's film, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, directed by Simon West and released in the US on June 11th, 2001. Based on the video game series Tomb Raider, this film follows the lead protagonist Lara Croft on a mission to stop the Illuminati. Yes, that's really who the antagonist is, I wish I was joking. The plot is set into motion when Lara finds a clock in her possession that ends up being one of the most sought-after artifact pieces in the world. Stolen from her by coordinated assassins, it is revealed to her by her father in a letter that the clock is the key to the Triangle of Light, an object that has the power to control time. However, it's only useful when the planets are aligned once every 5,000 years, and there's Illuminati, but many others after it as well. This is probably one of the most insane plots I've seen for a video game film, and for how much of an archaeology, adventure/spy movie, similar to that of Indiana Jones or National Treasure, there is a certain lack of sauce that really enhances the dialogue to anything other than filler, cliche conversation that echoes throughout most action-centered films. However, this is Mole Movies, and I try not to focus too much on the negatives of these films, so let me get into the positives. I think for how many scenes that could be cut from this film, the opening scene is not one of them. Opening on a sandstone battle arena, Lara is cautiously awaiting danger while trying to retrieve an artifact. This artifact is obviously guarded, and it's guarded by a saw-wielding robot that happens to be actually quite threatening. This may seem like a cliche opening fight scene to get you hooked, but what charmed me so much with this scene is just how much it feels like a video game boss fight. The small arena with platforms to maneuver around on, the insane physics and rope swinging mechanics, the never-ending ammunition and quick-time reaction moves, makes this feel like I'm watching a real clip from a video game. Fortunately, this is also one of the better filmed fight scenes in the movie as well. However, I think it's time for me to cover why I reviewed this film. Aside from the super sick crossover episode, I want to talk about the way video game films have changed. The ceiling for quality on video game films is generally considered pretty low, and that's not me being negative, that is just statistics. But this film, while not great, captures a certain essence that isn't really present in video game films anymore. That is, if they even get made. But this film had real sets, real scenes that felt like levels in a game, wacky physics and wild gunplay, all reminiscent of those early PS2 classic games. Now all that's made is movies based on video games, but with almost no relevance to the video game characters or world, and instead replace it with pop songs and generic story plots. It's simply just lost the love. Let me also reiterate, this film had very fun action scenes, and kind of a lackluster plot, but it's ridiculous fun that doesn't feel empty, and I think that's at least worth something. However, I'm gonna have to leave it there. This film is wild and genuinely mind-bending, so watch this where you can and form your own opinion. I would give Lara Croft Tomb Raider a 5 out of 10, and I highly recommend this to anyone who enjoyed films like National Treasure, Uncharted, and The Mummy. Thanks for watching and see you next week.
Honestly, I agree with Josh. That movie was pretty good. Wish more people looked at it.
I know, right? Hey, you want to do the next throw?
Oh, sure. I don't know what's next, but if it's like the last one, I hope they cover a monster or something.
Oh, don't worry. He's a very iconic nemesis from a franchise.
Okay.
You can't reason with it. You can't outrun it. You can only delay the inevitable. In Resident Evil, zombies are scary. But Nemesis? That's the nightmare that hunts your nightmares. He's more than just a monster. He's the embodiment of unrelenting pursuit. So today, we're going to talk about how Nemesis changed fear into inevitability and altered survival horror forever. Nemesis was created by the Umbrella Corporation. His purpose? Eliminate STARS, the elite corps who exposed Umbrella's secrets. Nemesis first appeared in Resident Evil 3 in 1999, and unlike any video game creature before him, he thought, he adapted, and he learned. Nemesis wasn't just chaos like zombies, no, he was control. And that's what makes him terrifying, the persistence of his evil. Most horror monsters represent randomness, but Nemesis? He's personal. He's got a target, a goal, and a voice. Every time he shouts STARS, it's not just a line. That's him announcing the doom of whoever he's chasing. He breaks the rules of safety. There's no more locked doors, no more save rooms, and he can find you wherever you are. Nemesis made horror mobile. You couldn't just wait for it to pass. You had to survive. Nemesis isn't just a monster. He's a metaphor for inevitability. You can run, fight, or plan, but he always catches up to you. He's not evil by choice. He's a weapon used by an evil corporation. And in that sense, he's kind of tragic. He's a monster, but he doesn't want to be. And every time he screams, that's not rage, that's just his programming. Nemesis redefined what horror games could be. In 1999's version, it had a relentless AI, which created early open-world tension. In 2020's remake, it was cinematic, expressive, and even more human. And he even appeared in later media, like the Resident Evil Apocalypse movie as a monster, and Dead by Daylight, where he's a killer that you can play. He became a face of fear, not through chaos, but pursuit. Nemesis is more than a boss fight. He's a philosophy. He represents the one truth of survival horror. The enemy doesn't stop. The world doesn't care, and you're gonna keep on moving. He's not chasing you because he hates you. He's chasing you because that's all he knows. And that's why Nemesis endures. He's not a villain. He is inevitability wearing flesh. You know what's scarier than a monster that feels nothing? A monster that learns. So sometimes survival isn't about beating the monster. It's about lasting just long enough to make it matter.
Okay, that was pretty sick. Hayden did a pretty good job covering Nemesis. That monster always had me looking behind me in Resident Evil.
Yeah, he still gives me the creeps, man. But hey, let's take a quick break from these packs and go to commercial break. Stick around, everyone.
Here at Tower Yearbook, we are a dedicated staff of photographers, designers, copywriters, and practicum students.
Our staff is a student-led, student-run media outlet, producing a book with over 300 pages. Be sure to pop out at any of our portrait or distribution events.
So stay tuned to our social media to see what's up.
Like the old saying goes,
Out with the old, in with the new.
New Game Plus, your new place for everything video game
And tech related. With new wacky shenanigans.
and new packs from your new crew.
So get ready, we're skipping the tutorial with this one.
So watch New Game Plus right here.
Tuesdays at noon on KNWT.
Welcome back, everyone. We still have some packs for y'all, so let's get right into it.
Who's the next pack lined up for us? You seem to know it all since you're, the second host or something.
Okay, come on, man. I told you already. You don't understand.
Yeah, whatever, man. Let's just roll to the next pack.
In the world of monster trucks, a name can tell you everything. Some names roar with power, others roll with pride. But one name rides with rebellion. Welcome back to Legends of Destruction. Today we saddle up with one of the baddest Western warriors to ever hit the track, Iron Outlaw. Originally rolling out of 2 Extreme Racing in 2005, Iron Outlaw was built on attitude. Its body, styled from a Ford Expedition, wrapped in flames and metal-plated armor, looked like a desert outlaw straight out of a Western showdown. Wait a second. This isn't real dirt. This is video game dust. Oh, that's right. We're doing the video game version this week. The 2007 Monster Jam video game version. Well, saddle up, gamers. Guess I'm trading a pit pass for a PlayStation controller. In this world, Iron Outlaw doesn't just tear through arenas, it tears through levels. The classic red and black paint scheme, the rugged outlaw skull, even the signature Western fonts, they all made it into the video game. And even in pixel form, the body design kept the spirit alive. The sleek armored hood, the sharp flame graphics, the attitude of a desert desperado, it all translated perfectly into the game's rough and tumble aesthetic. Now, in the real world, Iron Outlaw's drivers pushed it to the edge on dirt and steel. In the game, you push it to the edge of logic. Double flips, mid-air spins, and a few physics laws broken along the way. And who needs a pit crew when the reset button fixes everything? The best part? Even in the 2007 video game, Iron Outlaw still looked like Iron Outlaw. The same Ford-based body, same flame decals, same outlaw grin on the grill. It proved that a monster truck's design can be so iconic, it transcends the dirt straight into video games. Whether you're racing through stadiums, jumping over aircrafts, or just trying to stick the landing, that familiar red and black body reminds you, this truck isn't just built, it's branded. From arena floors to console screens, Iron Outlaw carried the same DNA, bold, fiery, and unmistakably rebellious. It's proof that monster truck legends don't just live on dirt, they can also live on your screen. This was Legends of Destruction, Iron Outlaw, the video game edition. Next week, we're going back to the real world. Unless I get stuck trying to unlock Bigfoot again.
That was a pretty good pack from Wiley. Keep up the good work, man.
Do you know him or something? You seem friendly with him.
He's my crew. Okay, whatever, man. Let's just get into the next pack with Isaac. He's talking about Joel from The Last of Us.
Oh, finally somebody does a pack over this game.
Well, he's talking about how Joel is a rogue instead of a hero.
Wait, what?
Welcome back to another episode of Rogue's Gallery. This episode, we're diving into the video game world, and we're looking at the Naughty Dog developed The Last of Us. I'm going to explain who the real villain really is, Let's play and get right into it. With the game The Last of Us, you may think I would talk about the cordyceps zombies as the main villain, but I would actually argue that it's one of the main protagonists, Joel Miller. In the game, you follow Joel and a young girl named Ellie who's immune to the zombie outbreak. Throughout the game, you trek through the post-apocalyptic world to use her mutated DNA to try to set up a cure. Once they get to their destination, they reveal to Joel that they're going to have to kill the girl to make a cure. But Joel does not like this, and he responds with a murder spree on all of the doctors to save her life. Now you would think this would maybe make him a hero, since he did just save one of the main characters we just played for the last 20 hours. But in doing this, he ruined and doomed the world of any hope for a better life. Yes, the cordyceps have killed a lot of people and ruined the world from the beginning, but you have to think with this decision, Joel has inadvertently killed millions of more people and ruined life for generations to come. Now you may be thinking, was the cure even possible? Could they have done it? Or would they have just killed this girl in the midst of trying to make it? And that's a good question to ask, but one of the co-creators of the game, Neil Druckmann, was actually quoted saying, "All I can say is that our intent is that they would have made a cure. That makes it a more interesting philosophical question for what Joel does." With the creator of the game backing my argument, now there's nothing that can say what he did was right, because they could have stopped the outbreak. They could have cured the people, and he ruined it for everybody.
Please. Just come after her.
At the very beginning of the game, you see Joel go through the unthinkable as a parent. In the middle of trying to save his daughter from the beginning of the outbreak, she dies in his arms. Throughout the game, the journey that he goes on with Ellie creates a relationship dynamic that's like another daughter to him. And when he's met with the reality that she is going to die, he makes sure to step in and not let it happen again. Now, again, you would think this is heroic, but I would argue that this is incredibly selfish, not caring about anybody else, but just if Ellie would live or die, when she's the only hope for the world to be able to live. Him dooming the entire world off of a selfish act, and the creator explaining that a cure could have been made, are the reasons why I think Joel Miller, an even bigger villain than the cordyceps outbreak itself. Thank you for joining me again this week for a special episode of Rogues Gallery. Make sure you stop by next week for another fictional villain discussion. I'll see you then, Friday at noon.
Honestly, I kind of agree with all of his points, though. Joel is kind of a bad guy.
But he didn't really do anything wrong. He saved a little girl from being killed, for a slight hope of fixing the world.
Okay, keep on going about that. Actually, let's go to commercials so we don't have to hear any more of that.
Three, two, one.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of Bearcat Update. I'm your new host, Hayden LaValle. Now I'm not the only new face you'll be seeing on Bearcat Update this season. BCU with the X has rebranded to Weekend Sports Report. Northwest Missourian sports writer Olivia Wallace will join Wiley Ray as they bring you live, in-depth analysis and play breakdown. For this and so much more, and to stay up to date on all the latest happenings in Northwest sports, tune in to Bearcat Update every Sunday at 2 p.m.
Okay, man, the show is starting to come to a close. Can we get back to New Game Plus?
Okay, come on, hold on now. We still have one more pack.
From who? This one's gotta be good or I'm leaving.
Actually, it is. And instead of letting me introduce it, how about I let the guy himself do it? Take it away, Corby.
Whee! Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Now Screaming. Today, I'm back to do what I always do. And what's that? Oh, talk about the best horror games of the last 5 years. Why does it feel like I said that wrong? Whatever. Today, we're talking about a dreadful indie single-player game that took the internet by storm. Mouthwashing. Mouthwashing is a 2024 sci-fi adventure game developed by Wrong Organ and published by Critical Reflex. This single-player game was written by Johanna Kasarinen and is available on all the major platforms. Mouthwashing puts you on the Tulpar, a freighter spaceship under the company of Pony Express. During a routine shipment, the ship is sabotaged and crashes into an asteroid, straining the crew of 5 members in space. The captain of the crew, Curly, is badly injured in the crash, leaving the co-pilot, Jimmy, to take the leading role. The crew holes up on the ship, awaiting for help to arrive. This plan slowly turns from hopeful to hopeless as the days grow longer with no sign of anyone on the way. You learn about the crew and follow them as they slowly are driven mad due to the dire circumstances as time goes on. But who sabotaged the ship? Will help ever come? And will anyone still be alive to make it back home? Why don't you play the game for yourself to find out? Now let's jump into the PGS scale. Plot. The story is dark and disturbing at times as you jump back and forth between the past and present, slowly piecing together how everything really played out. You feel a real sense of dread as you learn more about the cast of characters and see things move from bad to terrible as morale begins to decline. Truly a twisty, quick, and unforgettable story. 5 out of 5. Gore. I shall not reveal the fate of the crew members as that is the heart of the story, but I will say the gore is well executed. Although it may look like an old-school low-poly game, there are moments that will leave you stunned from this game's more graphic scenes. With great sound design and nasty body horror, this game does it right. 4 out of 5. Scares. This game is pretty eerie and uncomfortable. As the game progresses and our main character begins to rapidly lose his sanity, you start seeing hallucinations and twisted visions as Jimmy's sense of reality continues to warp around him. With a couple of jump scares and creepy, confusing sequences throughout, you will get lost in this game never knowing what is coming next. 3 out of 5. That gives Mouthwashing a PGS rating of 4 out of 5. And that's all for this episode of Now Screaming. Man, it's always fun talking about horror movies. Did I mess that up again? Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'll see you guys next time.
Man, today was a really good show of Nerd Central.
Yeah, I bet it felt good since you are always hosting it.
Okay, Gabe, I'm gonna be honest with you. So, I don't host the show, I produce the show. This is the studio I do it in, and Corby was my host like we are for New Game Plus. I'm not cheating on you or something.
That sounds a little suspicious, but I'll take it. Since this is your show, then, can we wrap it up and go back to ours?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Want to close out with me like
Wait a second. Are you guys trying to wrap up the show right now? That's my thing. Go back to your show.
Dude, come on. We don't
Get
gotta
out.
use- Okay, all right.
Your podium's a trash can.
Sorry about that, everyone. It looks like they yapped and took all the time for this episode, so I guess I'll just close it out. If you enjoyed today's episode, then be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss an upload from us. I've been your real host, Corby Raridan, and this has been Nerd Central. Stay nerdy!